Funding for this CyberWire Word Notes podcast is made possible by KnowBe4, the experts in social engineering and the pioneers in new school security awareness training.
The word is micro-segmentation. Spelled micro as in a smaller size, and segmentation as in a division into separate parts. Definition: a zero-trust security technique that isolates application workloads from each other, allowing each one to be protected individually. Example sentence: microsegmentation prevented the attacker from moving to other systems within the network. Origin and context. The idea of separating your digital assets based on need to know has been around since the internet was young, early 1990s, long before we had the cybersecurity catchphrase of zero trust. In those early days, we did that by running separate physical networking cables. One cable supported the normal day-to-day traffic of email and printing, and the other cable supported the network where the sensitive information resided. And as Rudyard Kipling said, "And never the twain shall meet." As networking evolved, though, actual physical separation of cables became impractical. But we soon realized you could accomplish the same thing at the logical level, the network protocol level, with something called VLANs, Virtual Local Area Networks, invented by W. Davidson Kosky and standardized by the IEEE in 1998. Essentially, you could tag network frames at layer 2 of the OSI protocol stack. Email and printing network traffic could ride the same physical network as the sensitive information traffic, but did not interact with each other. At the same time that we were all playing with VLANs, research began on the concept of software-defined networking, open-source software that separated the control plane and the data plane in routing applications. A lot of work went into that idea, but Stanford University began the standardization work in 2008, and by December 2009, the community released version 1.0 of the OpenFlow switch specification. This ultimately led to the idea of network virtualization, a network management abstraction layer that decouples functionality from the underlying hardware and is essential to cloud environments and virtual machines in the data center. With virtual networking, then, we could start to segment both of these environments at a much more granular level than we did with VLANs. This is called microsegmentation, and it provides security architects with available segmentation capability that they can apply all the way down to individual workloads. With physical cable separation in VLANs, you can segment local area networks away from each other, but if bad guys got access to one, they can see everything on the network. With microsegmentation, they can limit exposure to only the workload in question. This is a powerful zero-trust tactic. Nerd reference. In December 2020, Illumio's CTO and co-founder, PJ Kirner, compared microsegmentation to the physical compartments built into modern-day submarines.
But the concept of segmentation is not new, right? And it exists in the physical world as well. So submarines are built with compartments that can be sealed off from each other. So when there's a breach and the water floods into one compartment, the damage can be limited to a small part of the sub and it won't sink. Right? That kind of physical resilience is required for submarines to remain safe. And you want to apply the same segmentation techniques to get similar cyber resilience for your organization. Right? And that's the promise that segmentation offers.
Word Notes is written by Tim Nodar, executive produced by Peter Kilpie, and edited by John Petrick and me, Rick Howard. The mix, sound design, and original music have all been crafted by the ridiculously talented Elliot Peltzman. Thanks for listening.
Thanks to our sponsor KnowBe4 for making this episode of Word Notes possible. Users are the last line of defense in keeping organizations safe from cyber attacks, and it's critical to keep them trained and on their toes with security top of mind. The team at KnowBe4 are the social engineering experts and pioneers of new school security awareness training. They've got the world's largest training library, and its content is always fresh. KnowBe4 delivers interactive, engaging training on demand. It's done through the browser and supplemented with frequent, simulated social engineering attacks by email, phone, and text. Learn more at knowbe4.com. That's KNOWBE4.com.